everybody, it's Brooke and Tanner and Reagan with the Buttered Home, and welcome to Messy Kitchen Monday. Sorry we didn't make it last week. We had a really rough week with lots of stuff going on, but we hope you caught the video. And
I have to sneeze.
Reagan has to sneeze. So.
What?
Anyway, we hope you caught the video that we did on the zucchini cornbread, because that's a lot of fun, because kids love, when you grate that zucchini, it has a lot of water in it. So kids love to be the ones to squeeze the water out of it. So it's a really fun treat to make with your kids. Tonight, however, we are doing a really, really good recipe that's a lot of fun. Are y'all messing with me?
No, she
I'm
wasn't
not
in
really
Instagram.
very well in Instagram, so we're just.
I'm getting a lot of extra attention today.
It's her birthday!
Yeah, when you get my age, you don't have birthdays anymore.
It's your 29th
Plus
for the
a bunch more.
18th
So.
time.
No, it's more than that, I think.
No, it's 18th.
Is it the 8th? It's my 18th, 29th birthday. So, all you math gurus, you can come up with how much that total is. Anyway, back to what we're here for. Tonight we're doing a really fun casserole called Italian Crescent Casserole. And yes, you could do it with homemade pie crust. Yes, you could do it with store-bought pie crust. But the crescent roll dough is so much more fun. This is a rustic, almost like a tart type recipe. And so the crescent casserole actually helps you get a good rise, because you got all those layers in there and stuff. And somebody's opening the door and we're having all kind of noises in here. Let me get somebody out there. Hey! What are you doing?
What I've got.
Is that from you?
That's from us. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We're not going to sing. I'm not going to sing.
Okay, we weren't supposed to do it like this. How am I supposed to cook with this cookie in front of me?
We'll put it somewhere.
Okay.
It's yours. Do with it what you want.
Well, I didn't fix my cameras where everybody could read it, but it does say happy birthday. Y'all shouldn't do that kind of thing to me. Oh. Anyway, okay. Golly, I'm so off track now. Okay, so the dough, the crescent dough, has lots of good layers of butter and stuff in it. So it gives you a really good rise to the casserole, and it's actually really fun for the kids to put together. And I'll show you why. You'll see here I've got crescent dough already laid out and pressed together. And you can use your hands, floured, or you can use a rolling pin. Either way, it's up to you. I like to use the rolling pin just simply because it helps me put it in the pan. You can use a traditional pie pan for this, or you can use a nifty springform pan. We're doing both. The springform pan is nice because you'll be able to see the edges whenever you pop this side off. But not necessary. A pie pan works great too, because then you can cut it into slices and dip it out, which is what our finished product's going to look like. But I wanted to show you the crescent dough. Now, if you've ever worked with crescent dough, 9 times out of 10 it comes out and it breaks all apart. Well, this is why it's fun for your kids, because your kids can actually repurpose this and put it back together, and they can press it together or pinch it together, and a little flour goes a long way. And then it doesn't have to be perfectly square. And this is what's going to make it wonderful and good and rustic looking. And then you can just take your rolling pin and just kind of press it together even more. So this takes about it does take two cans of crescent roll dough. And then I'm just going to pick it up. And it's okay if it falls apart or if it stretches. It's not a big deal, because when you put it back in the pan, you can reform it all back together. But we're just going to take it and press it, roll it up on here, it's kind of stuck to the counter, which happens. And then we're gonna take our pan and then we're going to just kind of roll it back out over, and see it's kind of coming apart, and that's okay because you're gonna take it and you're gonna kind of just fit it into the pan, and you can take it and put it back together. And it doesn't matter if it's all scraggly. And I'll show you why in just a minute, because you're gonna just simply turn it back over. All right, and this recipe calls for about a pound of ground beef or ground turkey. You can use it too if you're trying to watch what you're doing. And we just simply brown that with salt, pepper, and I used fresh basil, but you can use dried basil. Just know that you want to use a little bit less. Now you'll see this is not beautiful, and that's okay. That's one of the things why this is such a good recipe to do with your kids. Now, I'm going to just step out of the way, and I'm going to kind of give y'all some instruction on what to do. Reagan probably needs it more. It'll take care of itself. All right, so one of y'all take this, or get the cheese first, and put about half of that cheese in the bottom. And see, this is another reason why it doesn't matter what the dough looks like, because you're going to have a nice cheesy bottom. And just spread that out evenly. And then you're going to spread... Oh, and it's got marinara sauce in it too. After you brown the ground beef, you're going to mix it with marinara sauce. Just like you would for spaghetti. And just put it in there and spread it along.
Noise is a bit annoying.
Your noise is a bit annoying.
It's okay. In a perfect world, when you're cooking with your kids, we would all get along, but that's not happening.
This is all.
This is all
Love it.
fun
I
and
know.
games, Mom.
Now, what is one of the important things about cooking? That
Clean up after yourself as you go.
Now we're going to take these edges and we're just going to fold them over. All right, y'all see what I'm doing?
Yes. Okay.
And then make sure that it kind of, it kind of goes out like this, and it covers all the bottom of the pan. All right, so see, it's real rustic looking, and that's why it doesn't matter what the dough looks like. And then top it all the way around with the rest of the cheese. I'm going to wash my hands while y'all do that.
You can get us more cheese if you'd like as well.
Or Tanner,
Ma'am.
you want to go ahead and get the oven preheated for me?
Sure. Are we allowed to get it in the middle as well?
Yes. That's what all over the top means. Did you just make that face for everybody to see? That is the face that I see on Reagan whenever I give her most instruction. Okay.
Sassy.
All right. Now will you put those in for me?
Yes.
So there you have it. That's all you need to do. And this goes into a 350-degree oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. And it comes out, well, hang on, let me clean up my mess. I'm just so tickled about my cookie cake. Clean as you go.
Oh. I do it.
I got it. I'm already started. You want to get a plate, Reagan, and a fork?
Yes, I would love to.
And that gets most of it up. Then see, you have this beautiful, and it's almost too hot for me to lift, this beautiful, see how it puffed up, and it's real rustic. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's all folded over in there, and you've got the brown cheese on the top. And Reagan. And then we're gonna, I've already cut it, so we're going to dip it out. Oh, and it's just beautiful. It's like a pie. Like a rustic piece of pie, and you've got that layer of cheese on the bottom, and then that hamburger meat, and then the cheese and the crescent dough on the top. So this is,
Thank you, ma'am.
just as much fun to make, just as much fun to eat as it is to make. And I didn't get it hot enough, but usually you have a really good cheese pull with it too whenever you pull it out. But
Happy birthday.
Thank
you actually
you.
get the second piece.
yeah, Reagan gets that look from Tanner a lot too. So, but anyway, so this is Italian Crescent Casserole. If you're tired of spaghetti, but all you have in the house is spaghetti sauce and ground beef and crescent rolls, then you can do this with your kids, and it's fantastic and it's delicious. Pair this with a nice salad, and then you're good to go. So we have one, you come back over here. We have one Monday left. One Monday left, and I had thought, and I'm glad that I changed my mind, but I had thought originally that I would do this recipe tonight since it was my birthday, but I'm glad I didn't because I didn't know I was having cookie cake. But next week we have this beautiful blueberry cake that we're going to be doing, and you can use fresh blueberries if they're in season, and if not, you can use frozen. As a matter of fact, I think that's what we'll use next week is frozen, just so I can show you how easy it is, because it's a wonderful cake. It's not a lot of cake, it's just in a loaf pan, and it's perfect. So we hope that you'll join us for our last Cooking with Kids. And if they don't annoy me, and they may be back next week, or I might throw them out of the kitchen and do this solo. So now I've got flour all over. Oh. Okay. Y'all gonna clean up this mess, right?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
So we hope you'll join us. Whew, it's been a long month. We hope y'all will join us next week for our final Cooking with Kids Messy Kitchen Monday. We hope you enjoy this Italian Crescent Casserole. If you are signed up as a Buttered Home VIP, you'll get this first. If not, you can sign up at our website or on Facebook at the top of the page. We hope y'all have a wonderful week, and we hope you'll join us next Monday night. From our home to your home. Bye.